very little things. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Beth Moore, and obviously if you've clicked on this video, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen the title of it. I am pregnant. It feels so good to finally be able to say those words out loud in a public space where the whole world knows. Obviously Jared and I have told our family and friends, and we waited to tell the whole world until I was 15 weeks, and so the news is out. I am pregnant. We are so excited. This is our first baby, and so everything is brand new to us, and we honestly just can't wait for June 2021 and to bring you guys along for the adventure as well. So this video is going to be a little bit of a story time. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some footage of when I actually found out, because I did film the whole thing, and I'm going to give you some of the context around that. But I also filmed telling my husband, which was really exciting and kind of funny, and so gonna share that with you guys, let you know a little bit of the backstory before we go into each of those shots. And so I hope you enjoy this video. I'd love for you guys to let me know what other types of videos or content that you want to see over the next, I guess, 6 months of this pregnancy journey. But thank you guys so much for all of the comments and messages that you've sent so far since we've announced. We honestly just feel so lucky and blessed to be able to bring this baby, whether it's a boy or a girl, into a world, into a community of people that just love it and are so excited to meet this little human. And so without further ado, let's get started. So to bring you guys up to speed on how I found out, on October 20th, I think it was, I had come back from a session with a personal trainer, and I had been working with a personal trainer twice a week, every week for probably about a month and a half before finding out that I was pregnant. But this day I left the training session and honestly just remember feeling so sick. And I attributed that to just not having eaten before I went, because we were training at 6 a.m. So I was getting up at like 5:30 on those days, not eating anything and just going straight to the gym and working super hard. And so I honestly thought that I had just pushed myself really hard that day, needed to eat breakfast the next time. But I remember coming into the house and running straight to the bathroom and throwing up. And I am not someone that really ever throws up, and so that was a little bit like weird for me. But again, I still kind of figured like this is probably just because of training. Like, I don't think that I'm pregnant. Looking back, I think I probably could have put 2 and 2 together on that day, because I had also missed my period. It was a couple of days late, but I have also had that happen multiple times before. And I'm sure a ton of girls watching this have also had that happen and have been like, am I pregnant? But then every single time you're not, like it's just late. And so it was probably like 3 or 4 days late at that point. Nothing really to freak out about. Like my period is sometimes late, it's a couple days off. And so I didn't really think anything of it. But I remember going into the room and telling Jared, like, I just threw up, like I think I just worked really hard. And he was just waking up at this point, and I remember the first thing he said is like, maybe you're pregnant, like maybe we should just take the test. And I was like, no, I don't think I'm pregnant, and even if I was, like I wouldn't want to take it right now, like as I'm about to get ready for work and then like have to leave for the entire day and then not be able to like talk about it or like process what is happening. And so I just kind of resolved and said, I'm not going to take it today, and left it at that. This was actually October 19th, now that I think about it. But on October 20th, I remember waking up and I didn't go to the gym that day. This was a day that it was kind of like an off day. And so I remember waking up and not feeling like as sick, but just feeling like, okay, it still hasn't come yet. Like, there's no harm in taking the test, and if I was pregnant, like I'm sure we would figure it out. And so I went into the bathroom and I took the test while Jared was actually on a phone call having like a one-on-one meeting with someone from our church. And so he's on the other side of the door having this meeting, and I'm on the inside of the bathroom with myself and the dog, literally just Max and I take this test. And honestly, I'm just gonna share some of this footage with you now so you can see what happened next. you can see, I was super excited when I flipped that test and saw that had said that I was pregnant. It felt so surreal. I still remember that moment, just like shaking and feeling so many emotions, like wanting to cry, but also wanting to smile, wanting to laugh, because I thought it was so funny that like I was in this bathroom by myself with the dog and just like found out that we were having a baby and Jared is on the phone with someone on the other side of the door. There were just so many things going through my mind in that moment, but pure joy was really like the biggest thing of all that I was experiencing in this footage. But the other thing that was happening in my mind is like, what the heck do I do now? Do I bust out of this door and tell Jared to hang up the phone, that he needs to call this person back because I need to tell him something? Like, there were just so many things that could have happened in that moment, but I had actually woken up late this day and taken the test pretty late, and I needed to be at work in like 30 minutes. And so I knew that I then needed to finish getting ready, like put clothes on, put makeup on for the day, like get out the door, get everything ready. And thinking about telling Jared that I was pregnant in the whirlwind of all of that, and only having like 10 minutes to process that with him before we both went our separate ways for the day, just felt like so, just not what I wanted that moment to be. Like, I wanted us to be able to sit down and process it together and talk it through and get excited together and celebrate, instead of having to go and sit at our desks and both just like text each other about the fact that we were having a baby the entire day. And so I did something that so many people are like, I don't know how the heck that you did that. I think it was just adrenaline that rushed over me in that moment, but I decided not to tell him. So I took this test, I found out that I was pregnant, and then I walk out of the bathroom door, I like take a deep breath, I compose myself, I start getting ready for the day, and then Jared gets off the phone and he's like, are you ready to go? Like, we just have our regular morning banter. And he would say that I like did not exhibit any signs of like anything going on, but I think like I personally felt like I was being a little bit weird. I think the only reason that he couldn't really tell was because we were just like so rushed, and again, that's why I didn't want to say anything, but we were so rushed out of the door that it ended up being like an easy thing for me to be able to just keep going on with my day. So that's what I did. I went to work that day and I sat at my desk and I did my job, and I just remember sitting there and thinking like, I am the only person in the world right now that knows that I'm pregnant. Like, I can't continue like this. I need to do something. I'm like busting at the seams with this information. And so I did something that I never thought that I would do, but I honestly just needed to like process this and to figure out a way to tell Jared, because I had always kind of envisioned like giving him a gift or doing something fun to let him know. So I actually asked one of my friends who I work with if she wanted to go get coffee over lunch. And so we went and we're in the car, and I just like let it out. It's like, listen, you can't tell anybody this. This has to stay on the DL for a really long time. Not even my husband knows this yet, but I am pregnant. And I actually filmed that interaction as well, and I'll be sharing it with you guys in another video where I share some of the reactions from our friends and family in a future video. But I told her, I let her know the news. She was so excited. And so we actually decided to go to Indigo over lunch and pick up something that I could use to tell Jared that I was pregnant later that evening. And so we went into Indigo and went into the baby section. And guys, you have to know that as I was walking around and looking at this baby stuff, like for the first time with the realization that I was going to be needing this in a few months and that I was now a mom, was one of the most surreal things that has ever happened to me. It was such a strange thing. But I remember looking around and I found this onesie that said 2021 on it. And I was like, okay, that's perfect. It's gonna be something that he'll open it and he'll know exactly what it means when he sees it, and it's gonna be great. And so I picked that up, and I figured I would just get some wrapping paper and wrap it up with the pregnancy test to let Jared know, and he would have no idea. I would just let him know that I got him something fun over lunch that day. And so went back to work and kind of shoved all of that stuff in my bag. And then when Jared picked me up at the end of the day, my heart was going like a mile a minute. I knew that it was coming that night, but I didn't know like how it would happen or what it would look like. I just knew I needed to do it ASAP. So we got in the door and I went into her bedroom and packaged up this little gift, the onesie and the pregnancy test to show him, and got it all ready, and then came out into the living room and presented it to him. And so I'm excited to share that footage with you guys now so you can actually watch and see what unfolded next. So check out this clip.
Meatball.
I got you a treat today.
Me?
Yeah.
What?
It's a treat.
Really?
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah.
What is it?
You can open it. I went on a trip with book college.
You did?
Yeah.
To where?
Open it.
Hey, we don't have money to spend right now.
Open that first.
There's two?
Yeah, there's two very little things.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
Are you serious? No, baby.
Max, hey, Max, come here.
Are you for real? Max, shut up!
Max.
No way. Are you for real?
Max.
What?
Max, come here.
What?
I'm for real.
Are you serious?
I found out this morning.
You didn't tell me?
I wanted to surprise you. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Max, come here.
Are you recording this somewhere?
Come here.
What? What? Are you serious?
I'm dead serious.
Are you
I'm dead
recording this right now?
No,
Oh. No, you're joking.
I'm not joking. This is real.
What?
I did it this morning.
You
while
can
were
get
on the
pregnant, baby.
phone. Yeah, it worked.
You were so scared about that. You have a baby in you. Are you for real? What?
Your dad.
What the heck? Are you kidding me?
Those are two lines. Oh my god. I was shaking so bad when I did it, and then I flipped it over.
Are you for sure?
I'm for sure I can take another one if you want me to. You can't get a false positive. That's definitely a positive.
Are you for sure? Are you for sure?
I didn't want to tell you this morning, and then like immediately we both left for the day. So literally all day at work, I'm sitting there like, I'm pregnant. Like there's a baby in me right now, and I have to
Baby, what the
just
frick?
keep working and like keep doing my thing all day and like.
What does this mean
What do you mean? What does it mean?
for our life?
I'm 5 weeks right now.
What? You're 5 weeks?
Yeah, so I'm like 1 month pregnant.
Get a house fast.
Well, that's why I was like, you might want to buy this house now. To know that we'll have one.
frick.
Want to know what the due date?
Yeah, when?
June 20th, 2021.
That's so far away.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, you can be pregnant for 9 months.
Oh my gosh, babe. Are you for real? Just beat on one stick and now we have a due date? So can we tell people, like our parents?
Not yet. I mean, we can talk about telling your parents, but not like right this second. We'll talk about all that.
What the frick?
So when I puked the other day after the gym, it was
You were nauseous.
bad. Yeah,
You didn't even record this.
I did.
Oh my gosh. I was like, there's no way you didn't record this.
I have to say, you didn't have the reaction I thought that you would. I thought you were gonna like cry.
Well, I was going to, and then so many things ran into my brain. I was like, how do you know? Are you sure? What's like the case? I almost cried, and then I was like, The first thing I thought was we need to put an offer on this house quick. We gotta get a space for the baby. Oh my gosh. Wow.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, you can tell you're pumped. Whoa.
It's gonna be great.
Whoa. I think like I'm not super shocked because in my brain I've been getting ready for us to start.
We also got a doctor like last week, so the timing of that was like really good. I also thought it was so weird that like over Thanksgiving, Weston is like, there's a baby in Auntie Beth's tummy right now. And we were like, haha, so funny, Weston, but he was right.
He was right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and when Johnny and Cassie were here the other week, and they're like, are you pregnant? No, are you pregnant? We were pregnant.
We were pregnant. Holy moly. I need to prepare for a baby.
Yes, we have 9 months to do that. It's gonna be exciting.
Damn, what the heck? What the frick? What the heck, babe? That is so weird.
Oh my gosh.
You got a baby. That does not feel real to me.
I can see that on your face.
You're 5 weeks?
5 weeks. I found out very early.
Baby, this means the first time we tried without.
That's
like,
not true. This is the third.
Is it done filming or is it still
No,
filming?
I'm still filming.
Oh my gosh.
2021.
What the heck? You got a baby in your belly.
There was honestly so much going on in that moment, like the dog barking, my hair was a mess, and it was honestly just insane. Looking back on that, like I think I expected Jared to be like more emotional up front. Like I expected him to immediately just start sobbing because that's usually his reaction to like really great news, and honestly like his whole family, like they are criers. And so when they find out something like really good, like when we got engaged or even when we started dating, like it was just tears. And so that's kind of what I had primed myself for. But Jared went full on into like dad planning mode, which I thought was so funny of like, we got to get a house, and like we ended up buying the house that we're living in right now 2 weeks after finding out about the baby. So everything ended up falling into place really perfectly, but it was that initial just shock and moment of like, oh my gosh, like we got to be adults now, we got to figure this out. And so we ended up having a really good conversation. It was so much longer than the actual footage that I put into this video because I think the camera was hidden and recording in the living room for probably like 45 minutes before I went and turned it off. But later that night, we ended up just going out for dinner and talking about it and getting so excited about what this meant for us and for our family, and honestly just dreaming about what this baby was going to be like, and the excitement about getting to meet this human, and the fact that God had trusted us with bringing this human into the world and raising it up. And so it was such a great evening, and I'm really glad that we did take time to celebrate. I am so glad at the end of all of this that I didn't tell Jared that morning, and I waited for us to be able to process it together because it was such a special memory and time for us to be able to do that evening. And so no regrets on my end. This video is honestly just the first of so many like this that are to come. As I said a few minutes ago, we did film telling all of our family and friends, and that was such a fun experience for us. It is a video that will make you laugh, will make you cry, and so make sure that you stay tuned on my channel so that you don't miss out when that gets uploaded. Hit subscribe before you leave and turn on the little bell notification so that you are the first to find out every single time a new video is posted. But if there's anything that you guys want to see or want to know along this whole pregnancy journey, I would love for you to let me know that. So in the comments, comment about what you're most excited to see or types of videos that you're looking forward to. And you can also send me a message on Instagram if there's something that you want to see. My username there is @BethGraceMoore, and I would honestly just love to get to know you and hear about what you are looking forward to seeing throughout this entire pregnancy journey. And so thank you guys for watching today. Again, thank you so much for all of your comments and support since we announced that we were having this baby. We have honestly just been so overwhelmed by all of the incredible messages and phone calls and things that we've received since letting you guys know, and we can't wait to bring this baby into the world and let you guys just kind of see what it's like to be parents through our eyes for the first time. Still is such a surreal thing. I can't believe it's happening, but I'm so excited that it is, and so excited that you're along for the ride. So thank you for watching this video, and we will see you next week.